Hello, and welcome to Tomb Raider, something a little bit different. I'm your host, the Social Solipsist, and I'm gonna gripe about this game right off the bat, before I get into my intro for it. This menu is just awful. The default options are bad, the menu itself is bad, it's all bad, the audio settings are bad, but the most egregious thing that rubs me really the wrong way is this fucking, well, one is the atrocious noise that is probably not as egregious to you as it is to me, because I've turned your audio down with a 30 decibel pad. Just an outrageous noise when you scroll across this. Plus, the menu is also not that big, and it is moving, which is not entirely foreign to me. A game that I play a lot, Warframe, also has floating menus. You can turn the feature off, and I have. But at least with the floating menus in Warframe, they float based on the movement. Oh my god, that noise is so awful. It's an awful sound effect too. When you move your mouse around, that's what changes how it floats. So you can at least have an expectation of how your mouse is going to land after a little bit of practice. This is just moving around, and it gets worse because if you go into some of the other menus, it's not even consistent. There are some times when I was loading up the options menu, and it was like the O was up here, and the whole thing is tipped at an angle. So you can not only not really see it, but it's at an angle and trying to hide. There isn't a rectangle around. Look at the fucking hitbox on this. It's not a rectangle. It's a 3D thing, and they're trying to make it look cool, and it's just bad. Anyway, welcome to Tomb Raider, a game that came out in 2013, and that I attempted to play in 2015. I got about 2 hours in and then didn't play anymore. I don't remember why at the time. However, part of it is probably related to the graphics themselves, which, despite this being from 2013, why is there a sudden swell of music when I couldn't even hear it before? This game's claim to fame was its revolutionary graphics, including what they called Tress FX. I'm doing big air quotes in my apartment that you can't see. Which was that Lara's hair drapes naturally over her head and back and stuff. But you had to have nice new hardware to run it. And the hair looks bad if you don't have it on. But it's now a 7-year-old game, so it doesn't look incredible now, but it looks alright. Anyway, some combination of lacking graphics capabilities and stuff like that, I think made me not want to play it so much. But also, the fact that, I don't want to put the cart before the horse or anything, whatever other overused platitude, but look at the way this fucking menu's floating. It's just moving. Yep, just move it so that float onto the quit game button. It's fine. Float my mouse onto quit game. Go ahead. Sorry, it's really distracting. What was I even saying? I'm so distracted now by this terrible menu. Anyway, don't wanna, get too ahead of myself, but I'm not thrilled to play this game. However, I feel some compulsion to play it and finish it. I intended to look up how long to beat on this, but Tomb Raider 2013. How long is it? Okay. That's reasonable. Anyway. Yeah. I guess I technically have a continue, but I'm not going to do that. We're starting right from the beginning. And we're going to see how this goes. And despite all the griping I just did for almost 5 minutes, don't let that influence your feelings on the game. Alright, let's get into this thing. Why are there save slots? Wait, did I really... I finished... I guess that's about right.
A famous explorer once said that the extraordinary is in what we do, not who we are.
I've turned it way down, but this audio balance is terrible. Can I Alt-Tab without... Nope, it just breaks it. Cool. Let me turn up the volume for you guys a little bit. At least it doesn't crash when you Alt-Tab. I like how the skip thing doesn't go away.
In our darkest moments, when life flashes before us, we find something that keeps us going. Something that pushes us.
Sure is good thing that that ship sheared in half so cleanly so she didn't fall into any debris and get impaled. Now we're in the game. So that cutscene actually just reminded me of something that I wasn't going to talk about just yet, but it's so egregious I feel compelled to. And we may see even more of it right now. I don't remember. It's been 5 years. Oh man, this camera shake is awful. Yeah, so I have some problems with this game right off the bat. My eyes hurt. This camera is way worse than I remember. But I think this is sort of their tech demo to show off that they can run all that in real time in the engine. Anyway, there's a problem with this game that many people have, including me, which is there's a weird... I hesitate to use the term fetishistic, but it's not entirely incorrect. There's this, like, thing where the game really loves abusing Lara. Sorry. Not Laura. Lara. It loves watching her get stabbed and beaten and shot and generally mutilated. And that is something I'm very uncomfortable with for several reasons. Alright, the hair hanging upside down looks pretty good. A lot better than I recall it when I couldn't run TressFX. That said, having a super good graphics card just for that is not really worth it. Okay, alright. Stop screaming. I'm already doing it. So, I don't know, it depends on my audience. Well, what I know of my audience in terms of age metrics, but also what they may have seen, but, yep, setting fire to yourself. What could go wrong there? Oh, here we go. Here's the first one. I forgot. Now I remember. This is someone's fetish, and I don't like it. This may not be a long-running series. Oh, this blur effect coupled with the wobbly camera is not fun. So what I was trying to say was, if the game would stop interrupting me, is,
What is this place?
I didn't watch the Tomb Raider games when they came out, but I saw them after the fact. Or, not the Tomb Raider games, the Tomb Raider movies. And I never played any of the early Tomb Raider games, you know, through Anniversary or whenever I think that was the last one.
What happened to you?
I was never a big fan, but they had their merits. Mostly they were funny. Often unintentionally.
That was loud.
Yep, just burn stuff, it's fine. What could go wrong? Now this game, of course, came after the initial, at least the first, if not multiple of the
We must have heard.
Uncharted games. So
Damn it.
and there's our detective vision. So this was not exactly a new idea. However, at the time, it was still a relatively, like, third-person action-adventure, modern treasure hunter explorer thing was still a relatively unsaturated market, or not fully oversaturated. So compared to the context now, this was a much more welcome addition at the time. Why do I have to hold her? What? What even? I mean, clearly it wants me to blow that thing up, but is that why the bottle had to fall? So I could see that it wants me to blow that thing up? She holds her side, but it's okay. When she needs to, she can still scamper up a shelf. I'm sure this will be fine. No, don't. Wow, that was... I think I was supposed to watch that, because it wants me to see the shiny graphics, but apparently it is very aggressive in, shoving me through the... That doesn't look good. When I even touched that little alcove, it put me right through it, with no control over it. Oh, Jesus. Hey, fucking camera. Chill out.
Oh, that was close. Oh, shit, that was close. Just keep moving.
Now, it's unclear why she assumes that she's in trouble, or that that person is evil. Obviously, their ship had a huge problem, but, like, why would you assume any other humans are enemies, Lara? Is that just your MO? I am remembering little bits and pieces of when I played it before, and
Tide. Need to find a way out.
by that I mean blow up more shit.
It's from the Second World War. On fire. Thank God.
Well, and here's a lifting puzzle.
What kind of contraption is this?
I can't even remember if I finished my thought. I probably didn't, but it doesn't matter. I never say anything meaningful. Ooh, it's really redirecting the camera pretty aggressively there. Oh, shove. This is a different thing. It's all context. It's all contextual. Oh, I think I have to... Hold on. Oh, I like how this just regenerates. That's cool. Wait, did it just oh, did I burn the other one but not this one? There we go. Thought something was funny. And all the debris will fill it. This is also I can get a torch to the other side of that water. You know, instead of just keeping some of this debris over it while I go through the water. What am I missing? Hold on. That was weird. Well, I'm supposed to... What am I supposed to do here? Hold on. This is all highlighted like I'm... Oh, I'm supposed to ignite this stuff. Okay. I figured it was to get it into that basket and then shove it down. But... how do I pull this? Because this is the other side of that pulley. I mean, this looks like a diving board, but are they... There's no prompt. You just want me to do it? Yep, okay. No suggestion that should be the case, but... That's fine, I guess. And the debris will be so kind as to continue burning as I run up here, instead of suddenly combusting and burning out like everything else has so far. And I'll shove some burning trash down there. Oh, to blow up a mine. That's not how those mines work. Oh, fuck. Okay. Listen, if you don't like seeing young women being impaled, this is not the game for you. This is a heads up, because it's probably going to happen right now. Because I'm probably going to miss the prompt that I'm pretty sure exists here. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misremembering. In general, this... Oh, no, I was correct. Here it is. Alright, let's see... Like I said, this game loves to... See, now everything's too loud. What the shit? Bump that pad up again to 25 decibels. See how that is, because I can... it's too loud for me, so I'm sure it was too loud for you too. I love how there's no prompts. I just have to... there it is. Okay, not impaled this time. Just crushed. I didn't even see... There's so much crap and debris on the screen that I didn't even see what the second prompt was. I had to wiggle, and then what was the other thing? It's also got arrows, but... look at that tiny little prompt. Press F to kick. That was incredibly tiny. Magical rocks that come in to hit you. Oh, here we go. This is goofy. This is goofier than I remember. I love how it's still. What I was trying to say was, I love. Oh my god, she's like climbing up like a 70-degree. Not more than that. It's like a. I mean, she's basically. Well, the camera is deceiving because it's all Dutch angle, but still. This was released on consoles first or simultaneously, so it's probably just the controls don't translate that well, but I love how it says it gives you the arrows when really it's A and D, of course. And now somber music. We'll just ignore what just happened. Doesn't matter. It's fine. Everything's safe now. Well, now seems like as good a place as ever to cut the episode, because holy shit. Alright, well, leave your thoughts. This is gonna be a doozy. I'll see you guys next time.